Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. Today I'm filming the first video of 2025 and I'm so excited for this video because I didn't know that we would get this so early. It's a Spring Summer 2025 collection from Chanel and usually they release this in maybe March or April time. This year in the US they decided to release it in December, even before New Year. I don't know if it was before Christmas, but I know that we still had the holiday collection at the same time. And then the other day they actually released this on the UK website and I decided to go ahead and get my hands on some of the products. Now I haven't seen any reviews on any of these products. I've just seen some photos on Instagram and then also I saw what Erin Nicole picked up. I didn't see any swatches. I didn't see how they went on the skin because I want this to be a complete first impression. I just sort of looked at that video and some of the pictures that I've seen on Instagram and sort of decided there what I wanted to pick up, and I picked up some products that I hope are going to be really good. Now I have so many reviews on Chanel products. I'm one of those people where if I don't feel like it's worth the money, I will tell you. I won't straight away think that a product is fantastic. I'll let you know if it's worth the money, and everything that I picked up is in this pouch right here. I haven't seen it in person, I haven't swatched it, I haven't done anything with it. This is going to be a complete first impression, so if you want to see what I picked up in the Spring Summer collection, then just keep watching. I've zoomed in a little bit closer so we can try out the first product. Now this is the one that I'm most excited about. It's the Jeux de Lumières multi-use eyeshadow and highlighter palette. It is absolutely massive. This is one of their oversized palettes. Now they're very hit and miss. I did like the Christmas collection. I thought that was very nice. However, the blush palette that they did was not very good at all. I did film a video on it, but I didn't actually upload it. I wish I had, but by the time that I got around to actually editing it, it had already come off of the website and I was like, everyone's pretty much tried this anyway. So this is what this palette looks like. It is a limited edition palette. Everything in this collection is limited edition. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. It is absolutely stunning. Now bear in mind, I haven't actually seen any swatches, any reviews, and this is the first time that I'm seeing this in person. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm sort of thinking, would this have been better in the holiday collection to the spring summer collection? Because I feel like this is perfect for holiday because it's so shimmery and so beautiful. But then also I feel like it's really good for spring summer. So it's one of those where it could have pretty much been for any of the collections. The Jeux de Lumières multi-use eyeshadow and highlighter palette retails for £75, which is very up there. But when you consider that these are pretty much like jumbo eyeshadows, if they perform the same, then this is probably going to be worth the money because an eyeshadow palette from Chanel, the quads, are about £50 now. So they're quite expensive, and this is massive and oversized. So if you are using it as eyeshadow, just bear in mind that there is no transition shade in here unless you want to use a shimmery one. And the website says the star product of the Spring Summer 25 collection, created by Chanel Makeup Creation Studio and Ami Drama, a member of the Comets Collective, which houses 4 illuminating powders for the face, eyes and décolleté. Dab onto the desired areas or use as a highlighter. The 4 shades complement all skin tones for a luminous satin finish, a shimmery pink coral, a rosy gold, a shimmery pinkish silver and a shimmery copper gold, all of which can be worn alone, paired with a second shade or blended together for unparalleled radiance. Now this looks like it's going to be a really great product for every single skin tone. I have a feeling that the deeper shade, the copper shade, is going to be a little bit too deep for my skin tone to use this as a highlighter. I could probably use it as a bronzer and definitely I'll be using it as an eyeshadow. So I'm really excited to use this. So I'm going to go ahead, delve in and we'll see what this looks like. So I'm going to be using this palette all over my eyes and also on the cheeks as a highlighter. Now I didn't pick up any of the single eyeshadows because they looked very similar on the website to what you already have in the palette, and they had shimmery ones, they also had matte ones, and I feel like if you want one of those eyeshadows, go ahead and get it if you want to. However, I would definitely see this in person and see what they both look like because the eyeshadow looks almost exactly the same. It was more like this peach one down here. I was going to go into a different palette and do a transition shade. However, I really want to see how these perform. I usually would put a matte transition shade in the crease. However, I want to see what this looks like. So I am going to take this shade right here, which is more of like a creamy shade. And I'm just going to take this on my brush. These are all clean brushes, by the way. And I'm just going to pop this in the crease. The pigment is very pretty. However, I don't feel like this is a transition shade. I'm going to have to go in with a matte shade just because I feel like, yes, it is very nice. However, I just feel like this needs to have a transition shade. So I'm going to take my Tarlette Toasted palette. You can see it is well loved. I've hit pan on several of the shades. And I'm going to take the shade Latte and I'm going to put this in the crease. Adding that matte shade on top of this transition shade worked out really well because I feel like both of the colours pair very nicely together. It doesn't look super matte because I added the shimmer on top, but it looks really nice. perfect for a transition shade. So I'm now going to go into, I'm going to do the pink up here, and I'm just going to take it on my finger. Oh, that is really nice. And I'm going to put this all over the lid. That is really pretty. Like, you don't need much of this product and it just glides on so nicely. I'm going to take the copper shade down here, and I'm going to use this on the outer third and sort of work it into the crease as well, just because I want to sort of deepen up the look. Oh, that's really nice. And then I'm going to take the lighter shimmer shade and just take the same brush, but I've just cleaned it off, and I'm going to put this on the inner corner. Okay, so eyeshadow is all done, and in all honesty, I feel like that half of the shades are fantastic on the eyes, then the other half aren't really the best. So as you can see with the lighter shade here, I put it on the inner corner, you can't really see it that much. Yeah, it's not really that vibrant. I wish that there was a bit more of a pop, sort of like what we had with some other holiday collections. I thought this would be more of a pop. So for eyeshadow, I don't really like this one as much. And then the sort of middle shade, the first one that I tried out, it is nice, but I feel like that you will need to build it up quite a lot and use a matte shade if you were to use it as a transition. Just going to try and build up a little bit more. So it is pretty nice. However, I do really want to see what these look like when they're on the skin as highlighters. Okay, so I have all three of my brushes. We're going to try it as blush, bronzer and highlighter. We're going to do all three of them to see what they look like on the skin. I wish I hadn't put on any cream bronzer now. However, this is probably going to be a product that's going to sort of set that into the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and try the copper. I'm hoping this isn't going to be too dark. It looks quite nice when it's swatched on the skin, but I don't know if it's going to be too orangey. But we're going to go in with a light hand anyway. So I'm just going to take a bit of this. Oh, that's quite nice actually, because what that's doing is that's just adding a little bit of shimmer. It doesn't really have a massive amount of colour, but it's just adding some shimmer to it. That's really nice. This is looking really nice and glowy. It's not too crazy, but it's nice. And in all honesty, because this is such a deep shade for my skin tone, I feel like the bronzer is probably the best for it. So now I'm going to use the pink shade, and we're going to use this as a blush. Now, I have cleaned all my brushes, but because I've used this so much, it has stained the brush. So we're going to go in with a pink shade here. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. It's not too pink. It's not too overpowering. It's just, I feel like it's perfect for my skin tone. And then also if you wanted to, you could use it as a blush topper. You could use it as a highlighter. You don't have to use it on its own. But this is with just the copper shade as bronzer and no blush. And then this is with blush. This is really, really pretty. This is really nice. So I'm now going to go in to... let's see what shade I want to use, because I've got two more to use. I have this one which is more of a golden shade and this one which is more cool toned. Let me do some swatches. I feel like the lighter shade might work better for me as a highlighter, because I feel like this one might be a little bit too deep. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think I might end up using both. Let me try the lighter shade first, because I feel like this one might look a bit better with my skin tone. Oh, there is a lot of fallout if you use this brush. Yeah, that is stunning. That is absolutely beautiful on the cheeks. So here we don't have the highlighter on the cheeks. Here we do. So now I'm going to go in on the other side of my brush, and I'm going to take the slightly darker shade. I feel like this one has a little bit more glow, and I feel like this one is a little bit more subtle. This one looks more like a wet look, and this one looks a little bit more glowy. I'm going to mix the darker shade on this side and then get the lighter shade and mix it on this. Wow, I look really glowy, but it looks absolutely stunning in these lights, and then also as I'm looking in person, it looks so beautiful on the skin. I'm so happy with the way that this looks. It looks really beautiful on the eyes, beautiful on the cheeks as well. Every single shade I feel like works really well on the face. not every shade looks good on eyes, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, finish off my eyes, come back and we'll try out the rest. Eyes and the face are all done and it looks absolutely beautiful. I feel like my skin looks so glowy, but it doesn't look like it's OTT glowy. It looks really, really nice and the eyes look really nice as well, and I'm happy with the way that it's turned out. So now we're going to go on to the last product. So I didn't pick up any of the eyeshadows just because I felt like they look very similar to the actual palette, so I felt like I didn't really need an extra eyeshadow. And then I didn't pick up any eyeliners because they all seemed quite normal what they have in their collection. The only one that was out there was the green, and whilst it is absolutely stunning, I know that I won't use it, and I don't really want to spend nearly £30 on an eyeliner if I don't think I'm going to use it. So that's the only thing, but I feel like that it looks so nice and I just love the way that my makeup has turned out so far. So now we're going to try out the lipstick, which is the last product, and this is a Rouge Coco Balm in the shade 752 Honey Bliss. Now, if you watch my channel for a while, you'll know that I don't really like this formula. I actually feel like it's one of the worst formulas from Chanel that they have. However, I saw that this was on the website and the shade looked absolutely beautiful, and I thought, you know what, it looks hydrating. The other ones that I have, they're completely different colours that I won't actually use. They look very matte, they feel very matte on the skin. However, this looks like it's going to be a hydrating formula, so I'm hoping that they have changed something because it looks really good. And when I saw this on the website, this looked so different from any of the other ones that I have, and also it looked like something that I was probably going to use. Just seeing this in person, this looks so beautiful. It's like a honey beige brown shade, but then it has flecks of gold glitter in there as well. It looks so different from the other ones that are very mattifying. I actually did a swatch of my other ones yesterday because I was like, well, I picked this one up. I was like, hopefully it's going to be hydrating. I did a swatch of the other ones and all of them are matte other than the one that I had, which was Pink Delight that I got last year. And that one was very hydrating. So I'm hoping this is going to be the same formula. The Rouge Coco Balms retail for £36 and there are 6 different shades in this collection. This looks like it might be a new formula because it says it's Shine. So I'm hoping it's going to be very hydrating and very different to the other ones I have. It says it's hydrating, beautifying, tinted lip balm, buildable colour. Again, comes in 6 different shades, and it says the lip balm that is desirable as an iconic lipstick is now available in a new finish with amplified shine. Housed in a new packaging with a transparent cap, this lip care formula offers buildable intensity for a customised result and better looking lips day after day. So it is a new formula. I'm hoping it's going to be working out really well, but it does say that it is very, very hydrating and it has different oils including shea butter, Hydro Boost Complex, it has Oleo Active, which is an oil derived from the fruit of the olive tree, so it has quite a few different things in here, so hopefully this is going to work out well for me. So I do have a lip liner that I'm going to put on after this, but I want to see what this shade looks like on its own on the lips, because if it's a lip balm or a tinted lip balm, some people don't actually want to put a lip liner with it, so I want to see what the shade looks like on its own so there aren't any other colours that are going to make it look any different. Oh, this feels really creamy on the lips. It feels very different from the other Rouge Coco Balms that I have. Very hydrating. Goes on very easily. I don't feel like there's much colour that's there. Oh, actually, now that I have put my lips together, it does look like that there is a shade, because at first it just looked like it was clear with a little bit of shimmer. I feel like this is so pretty. This is something that I'm definitely going to be getting my use out of because it feels very hydrating. You can't feel the glitter on the lips. Looks pretty. You can wear it without a lip liner. Yeah, I really like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a lip liner as well because I want to see what it looks like with the lip liner, because I tend to do lip liner and then put on like lip oils pretty much every single day. I just used my trusty Nude Brun lip liner from Chanel and this looks so pretty. I'm so obsessed with the way this looks. It's so nice, shiny, hydrating, perfect shade for me. I feel like it goes perfect with the eyes and the cheeks. Everything just looks so good. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to look in natural lighting, I'm going to see what this looks like and then come back and give you my final review and let you know what I think about the products. I've looked at my skin in natural lighting. I've also asked what Neil thinks of it, and to be honest, he doesn't know what anything is that I use, and I just said to him, look at my skin, look at my eyes, everything, and let me know if you think everything is good. And he said everything looks really good. So that's a big thumbs up from him that everything looks good, because he would tell me if something looks weird. Now, I've looked at my skin in natural lighting and it looks so beautiful. My entire makeup on my face looks perfect for spring and summer. Now I don't feel like it's good for autumn and winter because, you know, it's not super glary outside. However, this is perfect for spring and summer. I love the way that it looks on my eyes, my skin, my lips, everything looks so good. And I'm shocked because I honestly didn't think I would like the lipstick because I don't like the original formula, but this is a new formula. I had absolutely no idea until I was looking at it while I was filming this video that it was a brand new formula, and I really like it. I feel like that they have done so well with this collection. Now I do wish that I'd picked up a couple of other things, however these are things that I thought that I would use on a daily basis, and in all honesty they are both so pretty. So there is nothing that I tried out today that I don't recommend. I really like the palette, so with the palette I feel like it looks so beautiful on the face. Blush, bronzer and highlighter for me with my skin tone, this works really well. Also for lighter skin tones I feel like you can get blush, bronzer and highlighter out of all of this. With deeper skin tones I feel like that these are going to look stunning on you as well. So I do like the fact that they've catered for a lot of different skin tones. So on the skin all four of these shades look absolutely beautiful for me, and I feel like they work really well. I have a great blush, I have a great highlighter and also a little tapper for my bronzer as well. I feel like that it just looks really good. For the eyes however, I don't feel like that all of these shades are the best. So I like the copper shade, I like the pink shade, however these two lighter shades I don't feel like they show up very well on the eyes. I tried to put this as an inner corner highlighter and it didn't work out too well. Now it works out nicely, however it wasn't a big pop that you would expect. I had to build it up quite a lot. If you're someone that travels a lot during spring and summer, this is going to be a really good product for you to take because you can use this for the eyes and then also you can use it for the cheeks as well. So you will have a lot less product that you're going to have to take with you if you're traveling. Now I personally like to have a matte eyeshadow for my transition shade, but if you don't want a transition shade or if you don't care about a matte transition shade or anything like that, then you're probably going to really like this. It's very pigmented. I love every single shade in here because I can use every shade, and this is a perfect blush. I didn't know if this was going to be dark enough to use as a blush because it looks quite light in the pan, but it works out to be a really nice blush. So I really do like this palette, but as with everything there's always dupes on the market. So if you can't really afford this but you want it, you can go ahead and get it, but you can also find dupes on the market as well. So just bear that in mind. Any highlighter, any blush can be used as eyeshadow as well and vice versa. So everything is a multi-use product, but I really like this. I feel like for me personally it's worth the money because I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of it. So this one gets a big thumbs up from me. And then also the lipstick, I did not think I would like this. I thought this was going to be very mattifying, and it's not. It's very shiny, it's very hydrating, it looks amazing without a lip liner and also with a lip liner. I'm thinking about potentially looking at the other shades and seeing if I would use any of them. Now this one I know that this is going to be a daily go-to lipstick for me, or lip balm, because it is a shade that I would go for. It's also glittery and shiny, just perfect for spring and summer, and I love it. I really like the way that my makeup turned out. Personally, for £36, it's a lot of money for a lipstick. So you don't have to go out and get this. I know that L'Oreal have a lot of good ones that are much more affordable. They're very similar to this because I have two in my collection. So I'd say go ahead and look at L'Oreal or anything in the drugstore to see if you can find something similar to this, because you probably can. But it's a very nice lipstick, so if you are looking at getting this, I say go ahead and pick it up because it is really nice. It's going to be a new go-to of mine. So that's everything that I tried out in the spring summer collection from Chanel. It's a very early video. I'm shocked at how early I'm doing this collection because we've literally just got over Christmas and New Year. Overall, I really like both of these products. I feel like they're worth the money and you should go ahead and get your hands on them if you're interested in them. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you feel the same or differently about these products, then just comment down below to let me know. And if you want to see the rest of my Chanel reviews, I will link the playlist down below for you so you can check that out as well. And make sure that you give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!